Hey guys, it's Eliza. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. I just want to let you guys know we miss you so much and can't wait to see you guys. I hope everyone's staying safe and doing well. If you guys ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. And enjoy this week's talk.
Hi guys, this week's talk is going to be living image. As we know, we live in a world where we can be at our highest point in life, and all of a sudden we're at the lowest point in our life. But I really do want you guys to think about what special memory or what special gift have we ever received and that we want to worship forever. Not only that, but I want you guys to think, what's the story behind it? Why? Sometimes we can have those blessings that we say, oh my God, you know what? I met my friend today, and 11 years later, they're still your best friend. All those little details that we don't notice through our lives as we're growing up, it's actually God being there. Sometimes it just takes us to accept this reality that everything that happens is really just because of Jesus, Him taking our hand and walking us through our life, taking us through the pathway that He wants. Jesus is the root of our identity. Jesus is who makes us, who has formed us since we were little. He has managed to tell us, you are my son or you are my daughter. All that is something that takes a big place in our lives. Why? Because He has already taken us by the hand and He has offered everything to us. Now we have the decision to make. This is free will. If you would take His path or you would decide to step back and say, I don't want to hold your hand and be with you through it all. He did give us 2 commandments. Love God, and the other one was to love our neighbor. What does to love God mean? Can you just say, God, I love you, and that's it? Like you already did one of the commandments? Not exactly. There might be some times that we put on a certain identity that it's like, okay, now I'm at church and I love God very much, but then if I go to school, I know that they're gonna bother me or they're gonna be teasing me over me being like really religious and stuff. So I'm just gonna step back and say, I don't believe in God. Yeah, I don't either. And that's really what messes us up, because then in reality, you're not loving God. You're not giving Him your all like He has given us His all. Loving God means always coming to Him, having Him as your best friend. And what does it mean by love our neighbor? I'm not gonna go to my next door neighbor and tell him, hey, I love you, but then go to my friend that lives across the street and tell him, you know what, I'm mad at you, I don't love you anymore, that's it. Well, no, that's not exactly what it means. Loving your neighbor means it can be even your worst enemy, or it could be your best friend, but you're always gonna love them. Even when God had people that were going against Him, they were calling Him a liar and doing all that stuff, He still went and He still said, Father, forgive them. What does that mean? Why would He say that? Because He has always said to love your neighbor and to love Him. Those are His 2 commandments. Have you guys ever thought, like, how do you follow them? Like, do you really do them? Like I explained it, I think you guys can kind of see now, like, do I really follow the commandments or not? So in reality, it's your decision to see how you follow those commandments. God has a unique story for each and every one of us. He wants us to follow our callings and to follow whatever He has told us to do. Sometimes those callings can be through your gifts or through your talents. So I'm gonna read this. This is what St. Paul wanted everyone to know. And it says, if I speak in the tongues of men and angels, but have not love, I am noisy, gong, or clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith, so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I become a man, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known. So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three. But the greatest of these is love. This is something that St. Paul had written in his letter. He wanted us to be rooted in our love for Jesus. He wanted us to reveal our true love and identity and love for our neighbor, as Jesus said in his commandments. When we live into love, we can find it easier to surrender part of our identity. He can continue to show us who we are, and that's how we get to see who we are and our identity through God and through our love for him. Paul believed in all this, and he wrote this in his letter. Now, it's not gonna happen like me going to church on a Sunday, and then it's not gonna happen where, whoa, I believe in God and I understand him completely, and I'm gonna follow his commandments. No, we are not all gonna have a story like St. Paul did right away. I find that we have things in common with a saint. Now, it is good to venerate a saint. It is not bad, and you guys are gonna find some things that you guys have in common, and then there's gonna be some things that you guys are gonna be like, oh well, this is not the same, but I can still relate to it. God wants us to do great things, and he wants each and every one of us to be able to tell a unique story. All this starts with all of you guys. We do not always stop to reflect on our story. We do notice that sometimes we just like keep on going with life and stress out, but we never actually think about our story. When we ask the right questions, we see that just as God was at work in the lives of the saints, God is at work with us as well. Just like how we thought that we didn't actually have a real story, maybe right now you realize it, that maybe when you were little and you got that special gift, it being a bike, your dad, mom taught you how to ride it, and you have those special little moments and those special little memories that now you realize that was a blessing, and I had that when I was little. So I just want to let you guys know that God has been at work with us, and he has always been taking us by the hand. It is your decision to see if you want to take him by the hand, or if you want to say, no, I don't want to. He's always going to be there revealing new things to us. He's always going to be there to form our individual stories and to draw us closer to him. This is living as a disciple to him. This was this week's talk, and I really hope that you guys got something out of it. I hope you guys can reflect on this and see if you guys want to form your story with God. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Marvel, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next week. Stay safe through this whole pandemic, and